Well, my quest log says I have enough shards so I can open up another door in this temple. I gotta say, every single time I come here and I have to navigate weird caverns and try to remember how to get back to this goddamn temple, I get frustrated by the fact that there's a camp just right here. There's a camp right there, and it doesn't let me take that over as a teleportation camp. That'd be so handy. Cause I every single time I'm like, do I take this cave? I guess I gotta walk down this pool. Like, every time I just want to get there. God damn it. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I did all the doors of the spirit and cold doorways, and we're down to just fire, which I've never opened even the first door of. Let's see how far I make it. So that's 6. I know that I got some of them from Western Approach. Explore the chamber. I have all my mages with me. I didn't really feel like picking party members for this quick little expedition, so I just grabbed all the mages. I'm like, that'll work. It'll be fine. It's cool. Let's do Vivian. It'll be fun. Hey, everybody! How's everyone doing around here? You're on fire. I missed. You're on fire again. There we go. I guess maybe fire's not very scary. Maybe they're like less vulnerable to fire because it's the fireplace. I didn't really think about that. Ow! Rude. Am I on fire? I am on fire. I'm on fire. I don't like it. Where's my water elemental friend that'll help me with fire? Oh, self-bubbled it because I'm taking damage. Wow. Although that doesn't really matter because I can just be like, poop, potion. I'm certainly not going to run out of 12 here. So there's going to be an opportunity. Was someone taking damage over there? Is this one of my spells? That's probably a Dorian spell. He's the other one that has the most fire spells, I think. Although I think everyone might have a few fire spells. I admittedly built my mages pretty similarly. I really like the fact that there's a skill that's like, hey, every time you cast a spell, all of your cooldowns come back faster. I'm like, well, that sounds effective. So I think I just kind of gave that to, like, everyone. Alright, well, let's see what's inside here. Besides free resistance, of course, which is my favorite part. Alright, belt of fire resistance. The garbage quality. And fire essences for rune material. That's good. And I forget how much resistance I get. Bloom. I get 4. That's good. I mean, any passive resistance is good by me. I don't know how many shards I have left, though. Let's see if I have enough for this door. I don't think I will. No. Whoa, did I only have 3? I only have 4 shards. And this is going to require 12. I need to find 8 more shards to open the next door, and then there's a whole other door after that. So, I predict we're going to be finding a lot of shards in the Emerald Graves and the subsequent area, because there ain't a whole lot of other areas to check, that's for sure. Alright, welcome back to the war table with the one lonely mission just sitting out here. College of Magi. The presence of Inquisition forces in the College of Magi provoked an angry response from Duke Sandril. I'm told this led to a standoff where the Duke's forces threatened to attack, and it was our agent at the college who talked the man down. Corbin displayed a level head and sound judgment, both things I would normally never ascribe to a dwarven warrior. That's racist. The mobs have backed off, and Corbin sent to us the artifacts he believes the Mandatory may have been after. Cullen. Hey, success! So we defended the location, and we did a show of force, and everything worked out alright. Enhanced Life Ward Amulet. I believe that's going to be something that triggers when you're about to die? So is there a follow-up? There is not a follow-up. Interesting. Okay, well I'm pretty sure, since it's a location, I assume Emerald Graves is not a... Yeah, it's not an actual agent, so I'm just going to arbitrarily... I really don't plan this out very much. I'm just like, whatever. There's a resource thing over here. And there's like a resource thing over here. So you can go do that, I guess. And there's a resource thing over here. Alright, everyone have fun. That's kind of what I am now. It's just, alright, enjoy your repeatable phone game quests, I guess. Alright. I figure it's free and they'll bring me something back. So here we go to the Emerald Graves. By the way, you may have noticed that I haven't really been talking to anybody in my party since episode 100. I have a theory in my head that I think party member and advisor dialogue, like new dialogue, is only triggered when you either complete a main story mission. Everyone has something to say about that usually. And when you go to a new zone, I think every time, like Solus, I had great interactions with for so long, but this whole thing about a spirit friend never came up. And then suddenly I go to whatever that place was called. Shit. I go to the Exalted Plains, and suddenly he can't. Suddenly it's such a big deal that he has a spirit friend. I'm like, oh, I get it. He only wanted to talk about it once I got to that zone, so it's triggered by that. So when I go to Emerald Graves and Emprise du Lion, there's a good chance that that will be when I gain access to new quests and stuff like that for my allies, or new dialogue anyway. By the way, investigate the Elven Glyphs, which is what led me to that weird temple in the middle of nowhere. It's positioned next to Dulion, which is weird because it was triggered in Emerald Graves. Anyway, let's get started. We've been contacted by a Fairbanks who says he has information of value to the Inquisition. He offers a trade. The information in exchange for the Inquisition's help in eliminating a dangerous rebel band calling themselves the Freemen of the Dales. There have been reported sightings of these rebels all over the Dales, where they have caused significant problems for Elysian troops. Uprooting them could be a good move for us. First, let us see what Fairbanks has to say. He is hiding out somewhere in the Emerald Graves, a legendary Dalish fortress. My spies report that he is well acquainted with the area and its terrain. He could prove a useful asset if we chose to trust him, Liliana. No other option, so you have to do the secrets choice. So, secrets. At your word, I'll send emissaries to meet with Fairbanks, along with the hidden agents to watch him. Lead Scout Harding has made contact with Fairbanks and his men in the Emerald Graves, and had a run-in with the rebel freemen of the Dales. They're as violent as we've been led to believe. As for Fairbanks, Harding was unable to coax much from him. He will only share what he knows with the Herald of Andraste, it seems. Fairbanks is holding his information close to his chest. I wonder if it might relate to something bigger than just the Freemen of the Dales. If there is a chance at all, then we must learn all we can from him. Harding has set up an outpost in the Emerald Graves. Be careful, Inquisitor. The Forest of the Graves is treacherous, and home to enemies both new and ancient. Liliana.
Good to see you again, Inquisitor. Hope you've got your comfortable boots on. The scouts have seen a number of fade rifts all over the forest. We've located this mysterious Fairbanks. He won't share his information with anyone but you. He and his men are camped out at Watcher's Reach, on the path ahead. From what we can tell, they're refugees from the war. Peasants, mostly.
Tell me everything you know about Fairbanks.
We don't know much about him. He appeared after the Civil War started, helping people fleeing from the destruction. Fairbanks is likely not his real name.
Do you know anything else about the region?
They call this place the Emerald Graves. Legend says that a tree grows here for every elven knight of Halam Sharal who perished in its defense. Makes you sad, doesn't it?
What was done to the elves here was unforgivable.
Never again. At least I hope not.
Thank you for the information. I'll head out.
One other thing. You've tangled with the Freemen of the Dales before. They have a presence here. Watch your back, Inquisitor.
Investigate Elven Ruins. Operation available. Alright, brand new quest already. So I brought along Cassandra and Blackwall, because every time I go to a new zone, there's usually a Grey Warden and a Cassandra quest. Go kill this guy. Go find some stuff. I didn't really check in advance, so I figure it's good to bring them along. And Solus, just because it's fun to bring Solus around, especially if we're going to be dealing with elves all the time. He has usually pretty helpful dialogue. Let's try to get a glimpse of how big this is. Oh my... Okay, this might be a big zone. Or maybe not. Maybe it's everything looks kind of confined here, almost like it might be one of those long zones, like a narrow zone. I'm curious, because I'm curious how big this place is going to be, because the last zone we were at was the Exalted Plains was massive, you know, almost like hinterlands big in some ways. But other zones like the marshland swamp area are super quick places you go through in like the span of like how you would do a story mission. So we'll see which one this one is. Let's take a quick look at the missions in the area. Watcher's Reach Refugees. I'll go ahead and select that right off the bat because it's just closer than anything else. Inquisition scouts have been approached by an Orlesian rebel named Fairbanks who requests protection. Fairbanks and his followers are being attacked by a suspicious group calling themselves the Freemen of the Dales. Go to the Watcher's Reach camp. So that's just the first component of that quest, I assume. We have a rift right over there. There's a rift over here. Oh, wow. These are really spread out. which is unusual. Usually rifts are closer together than that, and they would make a new quest for the rifts in a different region. So what if those were the only rifts in the entire zone? That'd be interesting. This might be short. Unfinished business, take down Jepler the Unbound in the Emerald Grave. So there we go, there's a secret Cassandra quest. I'll have to come back here later if I find any locked doors, because I did not bring a rogue this time. It might bite me in the ass. Let's go ahead and claim this if it's just going to be right in front of me, taunting me like that. Whoa, 22 landmarks. Alright, everything I saw on the map pointed at this maybe being a small zone. That points at maybe being a large zone. Knight's Guardian. Traveling through the Emerald Graves in the Dales, one will see dozens of carven stone wolves. The Dalish call these the Knight's Guardians. In the days of Elven Halam Sharal, wolf companions walked alongside Emerald Knights, never leaving the side of their chosen knight. Wolf and elf would fight together, eat together, and when the knights slept, wolves would guard them. The statues were erected in memory of their unbreakable bond. An excerpt from In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivi. We have not heard from him in a long time. Is this a real quest or a requisition? It's a requisition. I'll just check it out of habit, I guess. I usually don't do these so much.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
I really wish she had dialogue. Some rash fine and nugskin, fine. I'll just do it. Improved poison remedy. Inquisition diplomats and agents are reporting a rash of accidental poisoning when dealing with Orlesian nobility. Adding to our supply of poison remedies would be advisable. Record +1 power. At one point, I just went through and clicked on all the requisitions I had left over and just completed a bunch of them just to have them go away. Right now, there's one for collecting a bunch of dwarven relics, and the other two are just my 2 warrior ones I haven't completed for my other potential subclasses. I don't know if there's actual benefits for doing those, aside from just... there must be some kind of benefit, because it doesn't even give me power. Maybe it'll give me a new... Maybe it'll give me another ability point or something. Who knows? Alright, so... Enjoy your freaking... Enjoy your recipe for that poison remedy. And now she's gonna always have an exclamation point, always taunting me, making me think there's gonna be another quest there. I probably could have just left it. Oh wow, this all looks like open area. That's impressive. I want to take a quick glance around town, like the starting zone, just to make sure there's nothing I'm missing before I immediately leave. Because there could be a codex entry. There's often like a book lying around in these kinds of zones. A bunch of tents, potions, and a party changing station. That's about it. Okay, it's like a baby diaper changing station. Oh, I don't know where I was going with that, but I said changing station, and I immediately thought of that. Regions discovered. Andrew's Wall. Alrighty. So here's what interests me is we've been introduced to the idea of this Fairbanks character, and we're like, it may not be his real name. So immediately in my head, I'm like, well, if it's not his real name... Oh, wait, right, I have to be on bubble duty. I should not have opened with that kind of move. There we go. Oh, I only bubbled some of them. My bad. Just no one attack me. That'd be cool. I'm just gonna weaken you with AoE abilities. That's handy, right? Having 3 characters that all have self-guard means that, we're probably going to be in a pretty safe spot, especially if I keep weakening people, although I've already screwed up by letting people attack me directly. Really was a bad move to not immediately, bubble the party properly. Everyone, there we go. That's how you do it. Gotta get back in the habit. That's definitely one of the weirder things about playing this game sometimes, is that you got so many characters to play at once that it's easy to get into the habit of playing certain characters a certain way and then forget, oh yeah, I'm playing as this guy now. Gotta reprogram myself for a second here. This guy's about to shoot me with an arrow. Asshole. Stop it. Stop shooting me. I'm soulless. Shoot all the warriors. They have, like, taunting abilities. I'm kind of shocked that someone even has the time to focus on me. I'm supposed to be so hard to target. With my... I think I have threat reduction on this character just by default, to some extent. And then, of course, everyone else has taunt.
I'd have to look into this.
So, what I'm curious about, though, is Fairbanks is clearly a code name, is what we're being told. And one of the last times I remember a particular heraldic symbol, that might have been one of the things that Vasti needs to complete one of his other class things. See what the benefits may or may not be for those. But, last time I remember a BioWare game giving me a codename, it was the codename Archangel, and the secret reason why the game was giving me the codename Archangel was because it was a character I already knew as a player, and they wanted to have a reveal. So I'm curious about whether or not Fairbanks might secretly be someone else. We'll find out. It could be someone, like, what if it's someone from one of the previous games? Like Fenrir or something. You know, that character you probably forgot existed, because I did till this sentence started, I think. Do I talk to you? Hello?
Fairbanks is expecting you at the camp. Watch yourself. I'd like to trust you, but we don't trust anyone these days.
But look at my stylish coat. You can trust me. A villain would never dress like this, with this super long, super villainy looking thing. Speak with Fairbanks about the attacks. Ooh, Rashvine. I'll do that in a second. I've got to get more ingredients to replenish my supplies after I created my anti-accidental poisoning infection problem. See, the secret is just to not go in the jungle in the first place, really. It's just a terrible place to be in if you want to be healthy. Ooh. Deep mushroom seems to be in every region of the game, somewhere or other. Usually attached to rocks. That part makes sense. I'm just surprised because a lot of certain plant types just don't seem to be as prevalent. Watcher's Reach. There's Fairbanks. Am I gonna know you?
It is an honor to meet the Herald of Andraste.
I hope I don't disappoint.
Not at all, but as they say, actions speak louder. As my missive stated, we can help each other. You have encountered the Freemen. Aggressive bastards, no? They've killed a dozen of my people. We've tried to fight, but we cannot match their strength. You can. Why should you care about this, you ask? Because the Freemen are colluding with your enemy.
Which enemy do you mean?
The rogue Templars. I've seen them through the woods, heading for the Freemen bases, leaving with crates. Destroy the Freemen, and they'll lead you straight to the Red Templars. This I promise.
You've no proof. You're on your own. I won't kill the Freemen for you.
That's it. You're just walking away. This is the Herald of Andraste.
I didn't really necessarily say I was leaving. I was just... You said baseless accusation. I guess maybe that wasn't... Let's see, did the quest show up regardless? Or maybe I can just talk to them and whatever. Maybe I can just talk to them and continue from there? Because, yeah, it didn't say I was making a decision there. But there's usually a pop-up indicating that kind of thing. Does it show up at all here? Nope, just the camps and the rifts. Maybe I can just talk to him? See what happens? I should switch to Vasti. I keep expecting it to go into actual point of view mode, but of course it never does. So yeah, I don't think I have any idea who Fairbanks is, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's just some random dude, and I was getting too excited over nothing.
Inquisitor, have you reconsidered? These Freemen are a grave threat to us all.
I'll look into this, Fairbanks.
All my information about the Freemen is right here, in our camp. Help us, and everything I know about the Dales, about these woods, I will share with the Inquisition.
Well, now I just feel like, now my character just feels like he has bipolar disorder or some sort of imbalance in his head or something. When really, I was trying to press him for more information. It's like, I was just wanting to be like, I need better, I have something better to go on than that. And instead he was like, I quit this conversation, it's over. I'm like, I didn't know that was gonna happen. I'm sorry. So there's an exit direction over there. There's a travel point here that lets me teleport here. The door takes me further. I guess that's where I'll get the documents he's talking about. But I want to go for a climb. Because there's clearly something up here, including a landmark, I believe. Because I see that gray spot. Oh, this might be a bit of a climb. Alright. Alright, so what are we going to find here? Are we going to get like a nice top... Oh, I was going to say bird's eye view, but we're really not escaping the confines of this cage-like area. Let's see, is there going to be a landmark over here? Oh, there it is. The Watcher. I don't know who first called this place Watcher's Canyon. I know it's named for the strange hooded figure overlooking the ravine. No one knows who he is. People in these parts always refer to him as the Watcher. He must have had an elven name. Perhaps he was one of their gods? None of the elves here can tell me. I don't think they even know anymore. And this cave, Watcher's Reach? Well, he's reaching down into it, isn't he? Maybe with him guarding us, we'll survive the war. From Fairbanks' journal. Oh. That's just from Fairbanks himself. I guess that'll be some relatively frank insight for him. So he doesn't really understand the culture around here, but he's just like, oh, there's a statue. I guess that's why they call it that. It totally could be a oh no! Well,
Cassandra.
Seeker Cassandra, if you must address me.
Seeker Cassandra.
But I would rather you not address me at all.
What happened to it's never too late to become more than what you are?
A man who truly aspired to be righteous would not lie. He would earn respect, not steal the respect due another.
there we go. Blackwell's actions are catching up with him with other party members. This is part of why I did this, is I want to get I want to get my warriors together more often, because they're so infrequently in my party. I'd love to get them to talk amongst themselves a bit more. I'm tempted to bring all 3 warriors of my party at once, but I'm just concerned that, like, with no barriers, I might be in some trouble. Although if everyone has guard generation, it might not matter. Although part of me wants to just have Solus around, because he often has stuff to say when we encounter elven topics. Looks like we're gonna have some reading to do here. There's a lot of notes around here. A difficult announcement. I am sorry to tell you the lives we have lost. Gertrude, Chauvin, Devon, and Jacques my brain completely shut down trying to read that. Jacques were taken by Sister Cousteau's men while hunting. They are dead. I pray the Maker have mercy on their souls. The freemen are preparing for something. Stocking up on supplies and men. Patrols range further each day. Be careful where you go. When you forage, keep close by to prevent more deaths. We must look out for each other. The soldiers among us have volunteered to guard and patrol Watcher's Reach, so the rest of you stay safe. With a heavy heart, your friend and protector, Fairbanks. So we're getting a lot of notes from the perspective of Fairbanks here about what might be wrong, but it's entirely possible this is just one side of a conflict, because oftentimes in a conflict, both people seem to have legitimate reasons. And I don't know, I might just, once again, just like the codename thing that didn't pan out, I could just be responding to tropes that I am trying to anticipate, but part of me does get the feeling like, what if I get to the other camp and they have totally legitimate reasons? What if I have to pick a side, or try to figure out how to, what if I try to figure out how to make a common ground between the two because the conflict itself is wrong? It definitely reminds me a bit of the, it's starting to remind me of the whole werewolf arc from the first game, where you can kind of pick either side, or even through specific situations try to fix everything. Where are they going? Is there like a fight happening over there? My warriors just took the hell off. A torn page. Needed more elf fruit, so I went with him to the grove by that strange rock on the road that looks like a grumpy old woman smoking a pipe. Freemen were there. They didn't see us at first, but Greer stepped on a twig. I didn't think that happened in real life, only in stories. That damned twig. I barely got away. Didn't like having to tell Fairbanks we lost the herbalist. Shit, they're gonna kill us all, one by one. I think I need to fix this situation. What's that? Fallen sister, go to the Viridium mine. It's just a picture of it's just a picture of like a sister from the like an Andrastan sister. They're not gonna. Maybe the quest log will tell me more, because I feel like a codex entry was supposed to pop up and it didn't. A fallen sister. Fairbanks' document mentioned a Ferelden target named Sister Cousteau, who was last stationed at the Viridium mine in the Emerald Graves. Okay, so that's the next target is the mine specifically for that reason. Okay. But first I want to check out this potential new quest in the area before I go leaving camp, that's for sure. Ooh. Looks like a job for a mage. Is that a Veilfire? Yep, energize. So, is there a rune just hanging out somewhere around town? I think I'll focus on just talking to whoever I encounter, and maybe we'll get lucky and find evidence of a rune while we're exploring.
I can't believe he's making us hide out here like mice.
Is that it? Oh, the quest isn't here. I'm like, why won't she talk to me? Map of Watcher's Pass. So, by a bridge near some water, there's a giant, I don't know, like, vaguely bovine-looking drawing on the wall, and near that is there's something circled. So if I see a giant cow deer statue thing, I mean painting, then there may be some sort of supply cache nearby. Is there anything in here?
Of course we'll make it through this. We all
So people are definitely falling under hard times, although that was a weird piece of dialogue from that person. They're like, damn, Fairbanks and his concern for everyone. It's like, wait, you don't want him to have concern? Is that what you're saying? Wolf Falls. Even with countless gallons of water rushing down over it for centuries, the wolf statue remains intact. Magic, perhaps? From Fairbanks' journal. Oh wow, there is just a statue. Just right there. First of all, how's that water flowing through there? That seems kind of impossible. That is the most awkwardly placed statue I've ever seen, actually. Huh. Do you have something to say, Clara? This weird person who likes to walk up and down tables weird? What are you doing right now? You're supposed to look like you're leaning on the table and looking at notes, but you're standing on top of the table, and this game is losing its mind.
I'm sorry. I'm not in the mood to talk right now.
Oh, this poor game. They probably could have handled... They might have been better off using very specific pre-programmed animations instead of randomized wandering around, because Liliana and Clara and a number of other characters just... They do so poorly at the whole wandering around and trying to look organic and natural. Is there something over there? That's just the torch that's lighting up on the map. Doing some searches, hoping not to miss anything. So, am I right in thinking this is a dead end? Oh, what's that? Battleground State. It seems a bitter twist of fate to discover that half of Thetis does not consider my homeland a nation at all. Qunari maps depict the island as part of their territory without any ambiguousness to the claim. I can only assume this is because all islands within the Boeric Ocean naturally fall under their jurisdiction. The Tevinter maps, meanwhile, still proudly show the entire island as part of the Imperium. Even though Imperial control outside the small pockets is little more than fiction and changes whenever the Qunari return their attention to the area. Imperial reports speak of fog warriors as if we are beasts, little better than darkspawn or dragons. Dangerous element of the wilderness, best avoided or eliminated, but ultimately of no consequence. It angers me to read these things. Ours is a land that has been shaped by war as no other. Long ago the Imperium came, and after centuries of trying and failing to turn us into compliant Imperial citizens, the Qunari came instead. They conquered Sahiran and attempted to convert us. Neither side succeeded in taking our freedom, and though battle after bloody battle have ground our ancient halls of wisdom practically to dust, we still dream of the land that was. The fog dancers who travel with each band of warriors regale them with the legends of old, and keep the songs of our people alive. They say that the griffins of the Grey Wardens came from Sahiran. They tell us that the ancient curse of Nahar that brought the fog, and the promise that they tell us of the ancient curse of Nahar that brought the fog, and the promise that will one day lift it. They speak of the March of Four Winds, of the lost people who fled from the northern islands, and the great heroes who learned at the feet of elves. Are the old tales true? We may never know. All that remains of the land Saharan once was is gone, but I know we will make them true someday. From A Land of Fog by Brother Ashorvel. I couldn't help but immediately think when they said Land of Fog, I'm like, Demon Souls? Dark Souls? I was like, I know a few lands of fog and that have fallen under hard times. Anyway, this seems to be a dead-end camp area, so I definitely have to go back out the way I came if I want to proceed. It's got to be what the other path is that I saw. So we're gonna have to find this sister out in the Viridium mine, and hopefully we'll gain some insight into what's going on in the situation. I noticed they immediately send us to go after someone who, let's see, they talked about this person's, they talked about this sister's people being what defeated their people, right? So like that means this is the opposition, I assume. And if that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised if we go hunt down this opposition and we're like, well, here's my perspective. And they're like, oh shit, everything's complicated now because BioWare. You mean there can't just be bad guys that are just bad? Like the horrifying demons and monsters that are always the bad guys usually? Hey guys, you guys having a good time? Oh god, trying to shoot me with arrows. It's so rude. Blow everyone up. So much ice. Everyone freezes. AoE weakening abilities because Solus is such a team player. He knows how to manipulate people. Alright, so everyone here is level 15, so I'm definitely not in any particular danger. So we're just gonna have some fun, cast some spells, have a good time, have a laugh, they said. Oh, guess who just used a freaking barrier spell on literally nobody? This guy. I mean, frankly, I could probably get away with just mostly casting it on myself, since everyone else has guard generating abilities, although Cassandra's clearly having trouble. I'm not sure if Cassandra or Blackwall has better equipment. I know that Blackwall's a champion, so he's definitely gonna have more defensive capabilities, while Cassandra the Templar might be a little worse off by comparison. More ice! Yay! I think Blackwall's the bottom tier of the three defensive warriors I have. Basically, I get equipment for Vasti, and then I'm like, well, this stuff's outdated now. Let's get rid of it. Then I pass it down to Cassandra, and then I pass Cassandra's stuff down to Blackwall, and then eventually stuff gets to Iron Bull because I've used him like twice in the entire playthrough. He's just not that useful because he's I mean, he might be passable now, but for the longest time, Iron Bull was just this. He's melee DPS, and I'm like, well, if I'm gonna have a DPS that's not a mage in the party, it's probably gonna be one of my 3 rogues rather than Iron Bull. He who can only fight in melee range and is really good at getting himself killed, unfortunately. That's been a pretty universal thing across the board that I've heard, is that everyone who plays this game seems to be just have this shared experience of like, yeah, whenever I bring Iron Bull out into combat, he just dies. It's just like his skill. And that's before you get the Reaver specialization where he suddenly becomes... Where are they going? They're chasing wildlife? We got loot to pick up. Hang on. I'll catch up with them later. I'm sure they'll be fine. They're adults. They can take care of themselves. That guy's like the hero of the world and shit. Hey, guys. You guys doing alright? Doing alright? Okay. It's interesting to me that a Solus can be romanced in this game. Not by me, obviously. But if you happen to make a female elf, you can actually do so. Which is a bit surprising to me. Oh, an astrarium. We don't see a lot of those around. Definitely want to try to come up to that before I pass it by. Don't want to forget about it. So that means that somewhere around here, we're going to unlock an astrarium cave as we go through this area then. And get some potential new loot. And since the enemies here are level 15, that means the loot could potentially still be relevant. It's not going to exactly be like the Storm Coast. What is this nightmare? Oh god. Is it normal to be scared right now? I'm just going to start clicking on things and see if it sort of becomes more clear over time. So I don't want to go up, because if I go up, I'll be in trouble. Huh. Did I just solve it in my head? Let's try something really quick. What if I go straight down one side, then shoelace it back and forth? And then go across the other side when I get there. And then shoelace it again, maybe. So I'm going down. I'm immediately noticing a problem here, which is that this bottom part is not filled in. Which means I just hit... I'm pretty close here. Is that the only part I'm missing? Yeah, it looks complete. Okay. So just I have to do it slightly differently. I go straight down, but then across. I'll start here instead, and then shoelace back and forth. Oh. Well, I see what happened here. Huh. So because I did this, now I've trapped myself? So what if I start one rung lower so that part's not doubling up? That might be the secret here. So shoelace back and forth. Then I go down and across to the opposite side. Which means I can now go down this side. Oh no. But then this side's already been shoelaced. What do I do? Wait, where does this part go to? Things have gotten slightly confusing for me now. Yeah, I'm pretty screwed. This might take me a few tries, actually. It's quite the little network to look at. It's like a BOTUS. go. Do I have it? I think I did it. I think I did it. Ta-da! Oh, that's not what I thought I was going to look like at all. So basically what I did is I started off with one shoelace, then went around the entire perimeter, then to the other shoelace, so, you know, it happens. I don't know what the fuck that is, though. I was expecting it to be like, here's a brazier, like, so, I don't know, like, this is a thing that boobies go in. Constellation Illuvia. Owing primarily to the popular Orlesian tale of the same name, the constellation Illuvia is commonly referred to as Sacrifice. During the Glory Age, folklore told of a young woman saved from a lustful mage by being sent into the sky by her father, after which the mage killed him, hence the sacrifice. The daughter became the constellation depicted as a seated woman with her head in the clouds prior to this tale. Illuvia was thought to represent Razakale, the Tevinter old god of mystery, and the constellation was the source of many superstitions involving the granting of wishes. From a study of Thedosian astronomy by Sister Orin Petrarchus. Oh. How many was that? Let's take a quick look at the map. Do we have a bunch of... So we have one astrarium way out here, and one over here by all these camps we're going to be checking out. I wonder if there's all these camps over here because those might be where I have to hang out depending on what side I pick in this conflict that I've invented in my head that may not even be real. We're definitely making northern progress. I did skip this rift altogether, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of time to check it out later. I figure to keep things interesting, probably the first thing to do in this zone is to try to make contact with both sides and learn what we can about this conflict. Oh my god, there's more codex entries. Hello, landmark. Where are you hiding? Oh, there it is. It's kind of behind the rock. Gotta get around. Gotta get around. Gotta go fast. The guide. Historians have been unable to identify the mysterious and cloaked pointing figure in the Emerald Graves. Some believe it a representation of the elven god Falun Din, known also as the Friend of the Dead or the Guide. Others believe it is an elaborate elven joke, its punchline lost to time. From A Journey Through the Dales by Lord Horace Medford, Adventurer. It would be funny if there was a bunch of relics like, what does it mean? I don't understand. And it's like, that was just a silly statue someone made because they were bored. They spent 10 years making a dumb statue that made them laugh every day. That was the whole reason. Yep, no secret meaning here. Grabbing a bunch of elf fruit because that's the basis of my healing over time spells. I mean, healing over time potions. So I definitely don't want to completely run out anytime soon. Ooh, six pyrophyte. If only everything was collected that quickly. So here come... We're going to be approaching the enemies here, which may not be actually enemies. I seriously don't know. It's going to be really disappointing if I go through all this and it's like, no, they're just bad guys. You go shoot them and then they're dead and that's the end. I'm like, aw. I was kind of hoping to have more to discuss than that, but I guess not. Okay, I just bubbled them instead of me, and no one noticed. That was a weird reaction. Anyway, I'm going to shoot you guys now. I would suggest that you warriors get in there and start taunting people before I die horribly, because all eyes are on me right now. Oh god, this is the end of me. Ow. I'm gonna hide over here. You can't hit me. Ching. Did I just... Wow, I froze him. Oh god. I have like a... Oh, I don't have Mind Blast. I just have to run in circles. I'm so scared. Go over there. Get drawn to that thing. Get away from me. Aha. Now you guys are screwed. AoE weakening. Oh god, he's right behind. How did he get over here? Get away from me. Freeze. I could easily contain the situation by switching party members and using tactics, but it's somewhat more amusing to me to have ridiculous stuff happen right now instead. Oh no. Cassandra's dying. Oh no, Cassandra's dead. Against level 15s. Really, Cassandra? I'm a little disappointed in you. They're like 4 levels lower than you. And you're like a leader of the Inquisition. I guess this is why I let you hang out and camp a lot. Although things might have gotten disrupted there. I think they might have, the party may have distributed itself a little strangely there. Anyway, you ready to get back up? Cassandra? Cassie? There you go, girl. I don't want to pull any cultural, gender politics into this, but you're the only female fighter here, and you're the only one that went down. I'm sure it's not because Of course, it's because Solus has bubble powers and everyone else is a super defensive character. 5 out of 26 regions already. Okay, here's the Viridium Mine. I'm sure nothing bad will happen here. Hey guys, how's it going? I should have bubbled myself. Really should have bubbled myself. Alright, yes, you guys focus on those guys, and I'll focus on weakening them like a bunch of assholes. Yay! It's like an ecosystem. We work together. It's what we do. And that guy's frozen solid, so you better take advantage of that situation. Here, let's pull them all into one central spot to make sure they don't come after me. That seems handy, and then I can keep AoEing them. Look at all the numbers are coming up. I don't even know what half of them mean. I think most of my characters have AoE abilities. I think half my warriors have AoE-based weapons, so if I drive everyone into one central spot, it's like, well, I guess everyone's going to die now. Ha ha. Oh, Freeman Captain. He looks dangerous. Let's make him less dangerous with AoEs. AoEs to make him weaker. Now he's frozen and on the ground at the same time. But isn't that funny? That all of them? We're doing good? Alright, let's check this note, because there's definitely a book over here. Scrawled note. You've heard how the Dalish would hang trespassers? Hung them from trees is what they say. Would you believe they can still see them? I swear on the Maker's beard, when I saw the face in that tree, I just about pissed myself. The screaming face of a murdered bastard right in front of me. I was afraid if I stayed long, I would hear it howling. I hadn't even been drinking. Don't believe me? Go see for yourself, Brienne. So there's trees with faces in them around here. Oh! There's a picture of... That's the type of painting I was looking for. We're not by water, though, so I don't think that's it. I don't think the treasure that we were looking for is here. There's clearly more guys downhill, but I'm gonna go for the mine first. Deal with Sister Costeau. Are we just gonna fight, or could we talk about it, maybe? Figure out what your conflicts are? Yeah, this isn't gonna be nearly as nuanced as I was anticipating, is it? It's just gonna be like, yeah, we're supplying the Templars, fuck you, we're the bad guys. I'm like, oh, Red Lyrium. Yep, this is not a... I don't think this... I get the feeling this might not be a misunderstanding. It just might be part where bad stuff happens. Everyone get in there! Have a fight! Yay! Everyone dies. That's why everybody wants a piece of the action. Everybody needs a main attraction. Everybody needs satisfaction guaranteed. Everyone wants to be a part of the action. Is anyone alive? Oh, there's still more people alive in there. For a brief second there, I saw Vasi just standing still, and I couldn't see anyone past his barriers. So I was like, is it over already? Uh-oh. So guess who's complaining about Fairbanks? Oh God, guess who's coming after me? You guys stay in that area, get drawn to it, like a moth to the flame. Except instead of a flame, it's a rift in the void, in the veil. So that's fun. Hang out over there. Everyone's nice and frozen. You guys get some nice bubbles. Oh wow, I got all 3 warriors at once. Good shot. I'm really haphazard with my targeting with spells oftentimes, unless they actually give me the ability to. If I pause the game and don't go to top-down mode, I can aim better. I kind of wish that always happened. Oh, Sister Costeau. Yeah, we're just fighting her. Okay. Hopefully this is... I sure hope this is not a misunderstanding, because otherwise I'm going to feel bad when she's dead in a few seconds. Draw her to the central area. Keep that trend going. Everyone in the party is relatively going well. I'm going to go ahead and throw a bubble in there to make sure everyone does even better. Oh, cool. I can bubble again. I'll bubble myself. Since apparently I add the proc where I get a free cast without a cooldown. I really like Solus's moveset. Lots of AoEs, lots of controlling the battlefield as a whole by pulling everyone to a central spot. And could just... Like, when you have warriors around, nothing controls the situation better than drawing everyone to a central spot where they can't just arbitrarily run away. Because then, you got real good control of the area. Is that it?
It's always remarkable how some will take advantage of chaos to further their own cause.
Yeah, that's what I get for overthinking things, huh? Yeah, I guess that's it. Wait.
Is it just me, or are the trees here watching us?
I mean, it's not just you, because that other person said it too, so that makes 2 of you that are crazy. So I was sitting here saying, oh, well, clearly, they're just evil, and all my overthinking was wrong, but now there's a bunch of quest notifiers here, so... What on earth could that mean is what I'm wondering. And I think... Whoa, Soul Kisser Mace. What is that? I opened the wrong menu altogether. Hang on a second. Just opening all the wrong menus. What is a Soul Kisser mace? Not level 10 warrior mace. Armor penetration. On hit, heal 1% of maximum hit points. That's actually not a terrible thing. I'm sure Vasti's weapon is yeah. His weapon does more than twice as much damage, like 2.5 times the damage, but getting this earlier in the game could have been handy for sure. Healing 1% of your hit points every time you hit someone, that's a nice, persistent amount of healing, but the Song of the Marshes is just too ridiculous. Anyway, my recording says about an hour. I know I have to edit a lot of stuff out because I was cutting around, but let's see, we have a lot of stuff to read and multiple quest things. I think the story here is going to progress a bit and we'll figure out more stuff about figure out more about what's going on in the area, but I'm going to save that for next time because I got to head out. So thanks for watching, guys, like always. I'll see you next time.